At the Council of Nicea, Constantine got together with the Pope and decided on from 80 different Gospels, which Gospels would be in the New Testament. And they narrowed it down, and they chose the 4 that made him seem more divine than the other Gospels. And they decided on that the Pope would be the head bishop of all the bishops, and that decided on the Trinity, and they made Christ into God. And none of that happened. And it was a close vote too. What happened was that there was a dispute between Arius' new teaching, and around 300 bishops from across the world came. The Pope wasn't there. I believe he sent 2 priests. It was mainly the bishops in the East, people missing fingers, people who had been tortured, bones falling out of their feet because they were roasted on a fire, people who suffered persecution, scars, marred out eyes, things like that. And it was basically Arius and Eusebius of Nicomedia that sided with the Arian position. Constantine really had nothing to do with the council. He was still working out really what Christianity was, and struggling with it. It had nothing to do with the Trinity. It had nothing to do with the books of the Bible. The 4 Gospels had been established hundreds of years before Nicaea. They were recognized as authoritative and authentic. Constantine, the Pope, did not like each other at all. The Pope didn't have any power outside of Rome. What else? Yeah, it had nothing to do with the Trinity. Had nothing to do with Christ's divinity. Christ's divinity was already established. Didn't even have anything to do with Christ's deity. It was the relationship between the Father and the Logos. That's what it was about. And it was something like 298 to 2. Now, it varies if you're going with Eusebius or Susaman or I forget the other guys who were there that was writing about it, but the average figure is about 300. There's a figure that says 318, but that might be symbolic. I think Athanasius even wrote about it. And the funny thing is that after the council, many of the bishops fell into Arianism, even Constantine did. I think he was even baptized in a deathbed by an Arian, if I'm not mistaken. Arian, A-R-I-A-N, not Aryan as in the group of people from Persia that Hitler claimed to be a part of. I didn't make this distinction in a video once before, and somebody came on here talking about white supremacism and all about that, and I didn't really know the Bible, and why was I talking about Aryans, and then I had to explain it to them, and they just can't. People on here who can't admit, like, oh, I made my bad. or I made a mistake, or I didn't know that. Scholars and historians love when we're incorrect, so we can get the correct information. But people who just want to BS and act like they're a historian or a scholar, just keep piling on the BS, and we'll just keep arguing. If somebody can point out to me that I'm wrong and I'm incorrect on something, and that, their position is correct, I'm actually happy about that. That's true scholarship and being a true historian. So, alright. Council of Nicea, nothing to do with the Trinity, nothing to do with the canon of the Bible, nothing to do with the deity of Christ or his divinity, nothing to do with the Pope. Constantine really didn't do anything. He was there. And most of the Western bishops didn't really make it. It was mostly from the East and North Africa. Take it easy.